Who's ready for a 5-minute Friday? I have one of my favorite card layouts to share with you. It's also using the Pansy patch paper and the die set. I'm not using, and the stamp set, so the bundle. It is in the annual catalog, but man, is it perfect for springtime right now. So let's turn you down and get started so I can try to get it all done in that 5 minutes. So the Pansy Patch Designer Series paper, or it's called Pansy Petals, has amazing pansies, and it also on the back side has some really awesome patterns, and I've used so much of it that you can use on all your cards. It does have a bundle that matches, and we're gonna be using some of the words, and you can build up pansies as well with your dies. So let's jump in. This one does require some scoring, or you can just try to freehand fold it as well. So I'm taking a piece of soft succulent and I'm scoring it at 2 1/8 on this side, and then same thing on the other side, 2 1/8. So now if you did that correctly, which sometimes it's always a guess, you should take that and fold it in towards the middle, and those two should meet up pretty close, yeah baby, to being good. All right, now I'm gonna take a piece of that Pansy Petals paper that I already have cut, and I wanna put glue on just the top. We're just gonna glue down just one side of it like this, and then on the inside, I'm going to put a piece of our basic white that is 5 by 3 3/4. And that's a place obviously for you to be able to, you can decorate more, but also your message is right there. But I love how you can see both sides of the paper. All right, I took a piece of our white and ran it through with the scalloped contours. Hey, by the way, this bundle this month is also an extra 10% off if you're watching this in March of 2022. After that, you gotta pay, it's always 10% off, and now it's 20% off. I took another piece of that Pansy Petals paper and I cut this to 4 by 2 3/4, and I'm gonna layer that on top of my scalloped contour. So that should layer just about perfect. I also, to save on time, ran through this circle. It's with the beautiful dies, and it has this really neat, you probably can't even see it, impressions around there. Along with, we're going to take the stamp out of this stamp set, the words, and it says, wishing you a little extra happiness just because you're you. So guess what? This one you could send for pretty much any occasion. I'm using the Evening Evergreen stamp pad because that's what really goes so nicely with this Pansy Petals paper. And we're gonna stamp that on here, hopefully, in the middle. Yes, that's why we love our photopolymer stamps. It's so easy. I used to just say like a little prayer and just hope that it would, somehow land on there in the middle. Let's go ahead and add some ribbon. Stampin' Up's #1 quality is our coordination. So this is our soft succulent ribbon that of course matches our soft succulent paper, which of course matches the Designer Series paper that has soft succulent in it. So to tell you the truth, I'm about one of the least crafty people or color coordinating people out there. You don't have to be. Just always follow Stampin' Up's lead. And so I take the lead of the Designer Series paper, and then I always just use the colors that are in that. So I'm gonna tie this in there in a nice, beautiful bow. And this ribbon, listen, I'm brave for doing a 5-minute Friday and having a bow that I have to tie. I'm sure that just took me about 40 seconds, so that took off a lot of my time. All right, so I went ahead and just tied that bow on there. It ties beautifully. And I will take our dimensionals and add a couple onto here. You'll be surprised, but I'm actually almost done with this card. And it's gonna pull that off of there and add that to the front. And then one thing I'm going to do really quick is just take a strip of that Designer Series paper. I wanted to cut off about a 1-inch strip. This one is gonna create like a belly band. It just adds a little bit of excitement. And I'm doing it to, yes, it is exciting. So we're on the inside. One of the #1 things of this paper that I love is that I can create all these beautiful pansies. And you do that by just running through this one sheet of paper. Look at all these pansies I got out of here. So many. And they're, you can cut them out by hand, but there is a die that matches the big one and the little one. So on this inside one, I do want to stick down one of these little pansies on the inside. Let's fold this up. We're gonna wrap this around the card. So I do that before I do anything else. This actually holds it shut really, really nice. And so they mail it. It's almost like a little bit of a present, which I think makes this extra special. So but this also, it slides, right? So I didn't glue it down, it just slides there. I will add the dimensionals to the belly band. So I just put 3 of them on there, going just right there across the middle. Let's pull those off. And then we put down the focal point that we all, look at that. Oh my gosh, it's so, so awesome. Last but not least, like I said, this is a 5-minute Friday because I didn't have to stamp these. Now I can just decorate this with the big pansy. Let's see here. I'm just trying to think. I'm gonna just use the little pansy. I don't want to cover up all that paper. So I'm just gonna go ahead and decorate it with that. Voila, last but not least, I know I'm a little bit over on time. I love our wonderful gems. You don't get a whole lot, you get just enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and just decorate a little bit of this card with just enough of sparkle. And there's so many, all the colors that are in the wonderful gems are the same exact colors that are in this kit. So there you go, tell me what you think. Is this gonna be one of your new favorite card layouts? Look how awesome that is. You just pull off that belly band and then you can open the card and there you can fill on the inside. All right, thank you for joining me. Be sure to make sure you're a part of my email list so you will always know when I do online classes. I do at least 4 or 5 different ones a month, and we send out usually between 500 and 600 different classes to your house. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel and my email list. And if you need that, there is a link in the description of this video along with the measurements of this card as well. Thanks for joining me.